Thank you very much, Gavin. Well, let's talk to Josie Norton, co-founder of Help Refugees, and just returned from the jungle last night, in fact. Her organisation has been helping to build and rehome migrants and refugees. And Hassan is a Syrian refugee who spent time in the jungle last August to October 2015 and is now claiming asylum in the UK. Welcome to you. Do you understand why the migrants don't want to move to these containers with electricity, with light?
So the majority of refugees in the refugee camp in the jungle refuse to move there because they say it's not fit for them to stay, and especially that the asylum. So the thing is that refugees can move into containers if they have applied for asylum in France.
Right.
That's something which is going to take around a year to happen. So a lot of them refuse to move into those containers, knowing that they will spend around more than a year living in a container with 12 other people.
And often they've got family in the UK that they want to get to.
Right.
And also, the media is misrepresenting the situation slightly.
Go on.
The 1,500 refugees in the area that they want to bulldoze are not all being offered to move into these containers.
Okay.
They're two separate issues.
Right.
Those containers can only take 50 new people a day at the moment, and we're only given a week to move that 1,500 people, and they were all, if they didn't move, their homes were going to be bulldozed today, we were told, and they would be effectively sleeping in the cold because their shelters or tents would be destroyed. So the issue was to move these people as quickly as possible. We had to move their shelters because otherwise they'd be outside. There's children, pregnant women, sick people, the elderly.
And so that's what you have been doing. You got back last night. You were literally moving, what, tents, mobile homes, caravans, what?
Tents, shelters and caravans.
Okay.
And the refugees were doing it themselves too. It was a really peaceful atmosphere. People really just didn't want any controversy. People just want to be safe and warm, and that's really the main issue here.
But from your point of view, actually, it's about where they want to claim asylum in the end.
Exactly.
For example, you were there. You wanted to come to the UK. You'd taken this journey from Syria through Greece, Macedonia.
Serbia, Hungary, Vietnam.
Yeah, many countries.
Belgium,
you got to France, you got to the jungle, you still wanted to get to the UK. Explain to our audience why it was important to you to get to Britain.
So personally, why I wanted to get here is because I have friends here. I have people to back me out until I can figure out how to, until I get my leave to remain and until I can find a job and all of that. And it's a lot easier for me to integrate in this in the UK because I do speak English and I don't speak a word in French. So personally, and a lot of people in the jungle also wanted to get here because they have family members here. Some have spouses, some have kids, some have cousins who would, like, as I told you, support them until...
There's a case today actually going to court for... There's a lot of unaccompanied children in the jungle sleeping in the cold, and there's a case today going to court for these 3 children who have parents in the UK to be reunited with their parents. And I don't think there's many people who would say that a young child who had a parent in the UK shouldn't be reunited with them.
And briefly, tell our audience you left Syria because...
Well, because of it has turned into a war zone, sadly. Every nation is bombing now in Syria. It's ranked as the most dangerous place to live now in the world. So
I think we'd be hard pushed to find someone that wouldn't leave their country if they were risking death by being bombed.
Thank you both very much for coming on the programme.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.